Hi, this is Winslow with Vibrant Health Evolution. I am going to show you some yoga for post knee replacement. I just had mine done a little over a month ago. This would be like a month and 5 days now. So it's doing pretty good. But if you're sooner than that, you can modify some of the stuff. Feel it out, see what feels good to you. You may even just lay on your back and do what you can laying on your back. But let's start out by just taking a big stretch and inhale, a little side to side, stretching the side body. Mine has been healing really quickly. I feel so fortunate. I did about an hour and 5 minutes on the bike today and some other PT. You take a forward fold, get your feet so that they're about shoulder width or wider if you need. Align your feet so they're pointed straight, so your heel and your toe, your big toes, and between your big toe and your second toe, there's a straight line. And then just hang your head, shake your head. And then step back into a downward facing dog. So I was able to do down dog pretty early on, and that was kind of the majority of my yoga. But in down dog, you can bend one knee at a time, stretch your calves. The calves get really tight after this procedure and all that it's been through. I feel like all the fruits and veggies and like nutrient-dense foods I've been eating have been really helping my healing. And I do a lot of massage on my knee and on my leg to get all the kinks worked out and prevent or break up scar tissue. So in down dog, spread your fingers wide, grip your fingers, and then take your inner thighs back. So bend your knees a little bit, inner thighs back, and then hug your belly in, tuck your tailbone, and slowly lower your heels as you push your heart towards your ankles. Nice. Then let's bring one foot forward. I'm bringing my leg that I did not have surgery on forward here. And I'm just going to hold a little stretch here, moving forward and back. So we're bending the front knee and straightening it. My knee has actually started to feel so much better lately. It's just not so achy. Some of the trauma I think is healed now, so it's getting there. So deepen your breath. Straighten the front leg, lift and spread your toes, press your big toe knuckle, pinky toe knuckle, inner heel, outer heel into the floor, and then draw your right hip back and your left hip forward. Good. I'm going to bring that foot in a little bit and then lift the left leg. The left is the one I had surgery on. So you can use blocks here. Keeping the hips square for a moment, and then I'm going to turn the hips open, turn the left hip open. And press the top leg down, get a good side body stretch. So you can also use a chair. So I have a chair here as well. So you can hang onto a chair for that. Good. And let's gently place that foot. And you want to modify to make it so that it will work for your knee and so that it feels good for your knee. Back to a down dog. You can pedal it out. And let's bring the left foot forward. I'm going to do this just carefully. And see what feels good. I'll move forward and backward here as well. On this side, since it's my good knee in the back, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that knee down on the ground. Walk your left foot out to the side a little bit and turn the toes out to the side. Just go forward here. And then come to the inside of the leg. You may even come down onto your forearms or down onto the blocks. You can lift these the toes here and roll into the outside of the ankle and even stretch this leg out to the side a little. You want to keep your ankle square. Good inner thigh stretch there. I like to move around and just kind of change the stretch and work a little into the stretch, work a little deeper. And then you can straighten your front leg. Roll your head towards your knee. Pump the front foot up and down. I'm going to show you how to increase your mobility, or how I increase my mobility in the front leg here too. At some point we'll get into that. So you just meet yourself where you are. Everybody's journey is different, so do your best, forget the rest. For this time that you're on your yoga mat, even if you're laying flat on your back, just invite in a sense of peace and well-being. Okay, I'm going to carefully lift the back knee here. Bring the blocks here for this one. And straighten the front leg. And then round your head towards that knee. Rotate the back hip open and then rotate it closed. Go back and forth a couple times. And then lift your toes on the front foot. Press down through your big toe, pinky toe, inner heel, outer heel. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. And then you can even give a little, if it's okay on your joint right now, I might just press a little, get it a little bit more straight. Pressing right above the knee. Working on the extension. Okay, so now I'm going to step onto my front foot. Walk my blocks forward. Lift the back leg, use your chair or your blocks. So hug the belly in. Draw your legs towards each other. Straighten your right leg, point the toes towards the earth. Maybe lift that leg a little higher. And then open the right hip and press the leg down towards the earth. You know, my left knee actually feels really stable and solid, better than it did before, right? Before I didn't have an ACL and it was bone on bone, so even though it's still healing, it's definitely more stable than it was. And that feels really nice. I'm just going to take my hands down for a minute. Okay, bringing that foot in and take a forward fold. So if you can't reach the ground, just use your chair or use your blocks. And enjoy your forward fold. Well, walk your knees a little bit, forward and back. Side to side. Okay, I'm going to come into a seated position here. Okay. Coming into a seated position, bend one knee, cross the other foot over. So I've got my good foot on top right now. The one that hasn't had surgery recently is on top. And I'm just going to do, this is kind of like a hip opener. different version of like a pigeon pose, but this is great for the hip opening. Turn towards you here. And depending on how far you can bend this left foot, you might be able to walk your butt a little further forward. And then pump your left foot up and down a few times. Square your right foot, so square the ankle, press the outer edge of the right foot into your left thigh. So that way the ankle isn't sickled, it's not bending. The ankle is straight and flexed. It feels really good on the hip. And then let's switch sides. So this is definitely a little harder on this side. So just meet yourself where you are. Do what you can here. But you definitely want to have your ankle square here, because if the ankle is sickled, it will put like a weird pressure on the outside of the knee. So you want this square, and that helps keep the knee square. So the stretch goes more to the hip instead of kind of cranking on the knee funny. I haven't been able to get into pigeon pose on this side yet, but hopefully one day. Okay, I want to release that. And I'm going to do a little bit of a dynamic move here, rocking forward and back. I'll show you the move. But if this doesn't work for you, you can just take your legs wide and just work on stretching from here. You know, taking a hand to the right leg, hand to the left, going forward, whatever distance you can. If you can do a dynamic movement, I'm going to come back, take the legs over my head, behind the head. Enjoy this stretch for a moment. And then rock forward, take the legs wide. Forward fold. And then doing it again, back and forth. You lose so much strength, when you have to just not do much for several weeks after surgery like this, so you really have to work hard at the rehab to get back. I'm finding to get back flexibility, strength, all of those things. Okay, so let's stay with this stretch a minute if you can. So you could also, if this is too painful to have this leg straight, you could put a little something under to support it. Finally, I can like sit comfortably this way without having any pain having my legs straight like that. So that feels nice. So square your feet, point them straight up towards the ceiling. Try and press your legs down into the earth and lengthen through the spine. Deep inhale. And just walk your hands forward. Using the breath to go a little deeper each time. Side to side. Relax the muscles in your face, your forehead, your eyes, your lips. Inviting a sense of well-being. Imagine the sense of well-being traveling from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. Walk the hands to the right. Maybe you can grab a foot. You can also use a belt. I do have a belt over here, but you can use a belt. Just loop it around your foot and use that to pull. And walking to the left, grab the left foot if you can, or use a belt. The first couple of weeks I did a lot of stuff just laying on my back and keeping my knee above my heart, because it's so achy and stuff. So I'm going to get into that here next. And gently release that. Let's see if we can do this little butterfly. So how far can you bring that knee in? Get your soles of your feet together and then walk your feet in as far as you can. Maybe grab onto your feet and then just gently let your knees fall out. I don't know about you guys, but I've had this muscle here on the inside has been really tight, so I got that pretty good with the roller today. This hamstring muscle here is feeling better. But in this stretch, I can feel some tightness for sure through here. So I'm just going to give it a little massage. Lean forward a little. Okay, and gently release that. So there's this stretch, it's kind of like pigeon, but it's more 90-90, where you get this leg at about 90 degrees, and then the back leg at about 90 degrees. And a version of pigeon here. Let's go into that. You can also walk that leg back and kind of start to straighten it. Most of my weight is still on my left hip. But that actually feels pretty nice just to stretch like that. You can bring in your positive thinking. So saying things to yourself like, my body is strong. My body's a powerful healing machine. I give my body exactly what it needs to heal. I'm okay. I can do this. It just matters. It matters the stories we latch onto in our minds. If we latch onto the ones that are, oh my God, this sucks, this hurts, I can't do it, it's much harder if we latch onto those stories. So hang on to the ones that will work well for you. Let's switch sides. So this actually feels okay to get into pigeon on this side. So my left knee that I had the knee replacement on, it's faced straight down, and that seems to be okay. I'm on the ball of my foot with my back foot. This right side. If it's not in the wheelhouse for you to do that today, come onto your back, and you can do one of these versions. Cross the leg over. So this is my knee that is healing. And then I can just go like this, press in a little. Okay. We're going to do another kind of movement one here. So take your left leg straight, right leg is straight, and you're going to cross the left leg across your body. Arms stretch out in a T. Look over your left shoulder. Take a deep inhale, lengthen through your spine, and then soften. A couple deep breaths here. It's a great stretch on my shoulder right now too. Chest opening, shoulder opening. And then bringing the left leg up. And then bring it down. Take the right leg up, cross it over, over your right shoulder. It's okay if your right shoulder comes off of the ground. And then you can just let it kind of let gravity help melt your hand and your shoulder down. And let's go back and forth a couple times. So learn from the left to the right. And then I'm going to grab my strap over here so I can show you what you can do with the strap. Do a few little things here. Okay. So here's a good strengthening exercise for, getting your leg to go more straight. So putting this block underneath the ankle and then just letting the leg rest there. You can even press a little. They did tell me early on not to worry too much about the mobility because they didn't want me to get so much mobility that I would lose stability. But now I'm kind of past that point where I can sort of work on this a little more. And then I'm going to slide this block back. And a rolled up towel right here would work just fine. Or a slipper or two works as well. The block is almost too high. So I'm going to take my slippers and go like this and put it right underneath my thigh. And then straighten the leg. Lift and straighten the leg, hold it for 10 seconds. And then release. Lift the good leg. I'm going to pulse it. And then another leg again. Squeeze. So you're trying to strengthen these muscles right above the knee here, really squeezing that. Give little pulses here. Hold them for at least 10 seconds. And then release. And then the right leg again. So you can do without the thing underneath as well. It adds a little extra challenge, I think, to have it underneath, but either way is great at strengthening those muscles. We want our right side strong too, so keep working it, or whichever side, your non-surgical leg. Okay, grab your toes, or use your strap. Take a forward fold. Okay, so laying on your back, use a strap, a belt. And we'll do one leg at a time here. So whichever leg you want to start with, I'm going to start with my non-surgical leg. I'm grabbing the strap as high as you are able. Stretch your opposite arm out to the side, and then we're going to take this out to the right. Right leg out to the right. Deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. Let your breath go really good. Relax the muscles in your face. With your left hip, try and press the left hip down to the floor. Good. And bring that leg up towards the center and bring it towards your head as much as you can. Bring your head up towards your knee. If you have to bend your knee a little bit, that's totally fine. And then let's take it out to the other side. So Right arm extends out. Right leg is going to go over to the left. Hanging on with your opposite hand, crossing it over. And soften all the muscles in your face. Take a couple deep breaths where you just melt, soften. Bring that leg back to the center. We're going to do half of happy baby. So you can use your strap or not. Bend your knee. Keep the sole of your foot facing straight towards the ceiling. And then you're going to take the knee up to the side of your body and then press it down towards the floor. Try and keep your left leg rooting down towards the earth. So you should feel a good stretch in your right inner thigh here. And then focus on your breathing again. Long, slow inhale, long, slow exhale. Just let the breath feel so nourishing and healing. And then cross your left leg over. And then your right leg over your left. Rotate your left ankle. Both directions. And then gently release. Take the left leg up. Use your strap here. And then just hang out for a minute. Enjoy the stretch. Give a little bit of like a point and a flex. Your foot, I'm not pointing it all the way, but point a little and then flex it back. A little stretch in your calf. Bring your head towards your knee for a moment. And then release your head down, taking the leg out to the left leg to the left, right arm out to the right. Lengthen through your right side body all the way down through your right toes. And gently bring that leg up and cross it over the other way. So hands, stretch your left arm out. Back to center. We're going to go for the happy baby. So you're going to take your knee out to the side as far as you can, sole of the foot facing towards the ceiling, and then bring that foot towards the earth. Knee towards the earth. And it's probably not going to go as far as the other one. If it's your surgical knee, depending on your healing process. That's okay. Just celebrate every little success, every degree, right? Every time we get 1 degree further, flexion or extension. Today I practiced walking up and down stairs. At the gym they have some stairs that have a rail on each side, which is really nice because I can kind of hold my weight as I go down until my knee felt comfortable enough to do it on its own. And then I was able to let go of the rails. way to get into the stairs. I went up and down about 5 times this one little flight of stairs. Felt good. That feels like a really nice stretch right now, so I'm just going to hold it a little bit longer. Okay, somebody is here. Okay, sorry about that. Someone came to the door. So we're down here, and we did Happy Baby. So the last one here is to cross this over. Just be gentle. You know, I feel like in the first several weeks, one of the cruxes was to try and get mobility and a little bit of strength without irritating the trauma. I'm kind of past that point now where I feel like I can really focus on the strengthening more and mobility more, but there's so much trauma in this surgery, you know, sawing bones and hammering and screws and stretch all the muscles and the tendons, so you really have to let the trauma heal before you can push too hard. But you want to find, like, how much can you push without irritating it and getting it too swollen, you know, where you can still let the swelling go down. Icing it and elevating it have been so key for me. And right now I'm just giving it a little bit of massage. So let's move on to the massage part. So I've been massaging, you know, the calf, above and below the knee, and also massaging the knee. And as I go to work on my mobility here, I'll take this foot and between the toe, big toe and second toe, kind of hang onto my heel, so I can help control this leg and support a little bit of the weight. But as I bend it, I don't need to do it as much anymore, but as I bend it, I'm feeling for where the tension is. You know, I'm going to feel it, and then I'm going to touch that spot where the tension is. And I'm going to really press where there's any stress or tension. Mine is on the inside of the knee here. So it's mine is about 1 inch to the right of the scar is where I feel tension. So I'm going to take my fingers and just really press there. And it's tender, but it doesn't hurt it, you know, it's not doing damage to it to press on it. It actually helps. And then I'm going to pump the foot. So this is how I work on my mobility to get more flexion. And if it feels too much to let it hang, you just use this foot to support it, and you can give it a little bounce. Flexing and pointing the foot, rotating the ankle, so it kind of moves the stretch around and gets your calf muscles and stuff moving. And I find that when I do this pressing and holding thing, it's really good to hold it for 60 to 90 seconds to get the maximum benefit. And when I do that, I'll notice that it increases my the amount that I can bend my knee. This trick has worked well for me. Last time I went in last week, I had like 150 flexion already, and that was at 1 month. And then I'm going to massage the knee, around the knee, on top of the knee, all around. Just get in there and use your fingers and massage. You're kind of working out the swelling. If you find something that's tight in your hamstrings and your quad, you can do the same thing. Any tight muscle, so I just found a really tight quad here. So I'm going to, okay, actually, no, I think that's a little bruised. Never mind. I really did a good job on getting some of the knots out today. I did a foam roller. So I'm just feeling to see if there's anything knotted up or anything tender. And then I'm going to do the same in the calf muscle. And if you find any tight spots, you might want to do that move where you hold it, but go all the way down into your Achilles and around the ankle. Just give it a little massage. There's definitely still some tightness here, but it's a lot better than it was after doing the foam roller today. And with the foam roller, I would find the tight spot and then just hold it. So I found another spot here, so I'm gonna hold this for a little bit. Bump my ankle. Feels really good. So if you find spots, you can work it like that. And then the other thing that I like to do is bending this knee as much as I can. Just gonna walk my butt forward until I feel tension in the knee. And I might press on the spot where I feel the tension. And then I'll, with the heel in the ground, lift the toe. Just a little pumping here. You're always being gentle with it. You don't want to force it, but you want to keep encouraging it, working it. And so I'm going to hold this spot. This feels like about my max right now. I'm going to find that spot on the knee where I'm feeling the tension. And I imagine here that, I don't know if it's a ligament or what it is, but you know, you go from being bone on bone to having space in between the bones, and so all those ligaments and everything have to stretch out and get a little longer. Press and hold the spot that's sensitive. Just felt a little release, and I got it to bend a little deeper there. I hope your healing journey is going well. If you're on the same journey, been trying to keep up with things like doing some push-ups and sit-ups, strengthen the core, and strengthen my arms. Going to the gym, I work my arms, work my core there too. Oh, that feels better. So this is starting to release here. Pump here again. And then after you've worked that for a while, we're going to go the opposite way and work the straightening, extension. Just grab your foot, press with your hand right above your knee perhaps. This is whatever you need to do to work your extension. You can even massage back behind the knee, massage around the knee, move the kneecap a little bit side to side, and just kind of using your fingers to walk all the way through the knee. This helps get the swelling out too, helps kind of move some of the swelling around. Massage the calf. So when I first was trying to get this leg to go more straight, just to have my leg laying on the ground like that hurt, and so I would just try and do it for 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and then I'd bend it a little bit. And then I'd work up to 20 seconds, you know, and just work it up. Now I can do it without it hurting, yay. Okay, let's work the flexion again. So bringing it back in. Finding your max, and where the max is, find wherever you feel tension and give it some pressure. Massage. And then pump the foot. We're getting there. We're getting there. That's pretty nice now. I can walk Not 100% normal, but I can walk pretty good, especially if I concentrate on it. I can walk slowly, but mostly normal. I walked up a hill and down a hill the other day at the dog park, pretty steep hill, very, very, very slowly. It was extremely slow, but it was just one step at a time, made it up and down. It's like you have to learn how to walk all over again. Okay, I'm gonna straighten it again. Move a little bit more frequently now between straightening and bending. Another thing I like to do to work on the bend is just give it a little bounce. Find that max and then bounce it a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. I think I got pretty good flexion. I mean, it's not that much different than what my right leg is doing. It's more. I can't wait till I get where I can like bend this leg back behind me again. Hopefully it'll get there. I don't know. There's some different materials in my knee now, but we'll see. Okay. And then let's end with a little yoga nidra. I'm going to start out just by sitting cross-legged just for a second. So I've been working on trying to get cross-legged. And after all that yoga, I'm a little closer than I was this morning. Sitting up nice and tall for a moment. Wherever your leg is, your leg can be out straight. It's totally fine. Imagine a light in the center of between your eyes, a bright light here, third eye area. And then let that light travel to the center of your head. Take a deep inhale, and on an exhale, let the light spread down through every cell of your being, from the crown of your head, all the way down to your toes. And then we're going to lay back, and if your leg is kind of needing to be elevated above the heart, grab you a pillow or two, and you can elevate it and get it up above your heart. If it feels okay for you to lay with the leg flat, you can lay totally flat, arms out to the side, palms facing up. And then just relax. Put your leg in some position that allows it to relax. And we're going to tension the body. So take a deep inhale, squeeze your fists and tighten everything. Squeeze all your muscles, your legs, your face. Make your face tight. Hold it. And on an exhale, release. Let all the tension flow out through your fingertips, through your toes, to the crown of your head. And then again, take a deep inhale, squeeze everything tight. Hold it. And then release, and let all the tension just flow out of your fingers, your toes, your head, your belly. I'm going to walk us through the body parts, and all you do is you bring your attention to that body part. You can focus on relaxing it a little bit more as you place your attention on it. Starting with the right foot. Right knee. Right hip. The whole of the right leg. Let it soften
bringing light into that area, healing light. Left foot, left knee, left hip, whole left leg, pelvis, navel region, chest, lungs, your heart, right shoulder, right elbow, right hand, whole right arm, left shoulder, left elbow, left hand, whole left arm. Front of your neck, back of your neck, back of your head, crown of the head, forehead, eyebrows, your eyes, cheekbones, nose, lips, chin, whole head. Any tension you may still be holding in your body, take a deep breath, and on the exhale, release and melt a little bit more. Bringing a sense of gratitude. You have a new knee. Gratitude feels so good. You don't have to necessarily pick something to be grateful for. Just say to yourself on an inhale, I am so, and on an exhale, grateful. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes, rotate your ankles. On an inhale, take a deep breath, stretch your arms up over your head. Good stretch. And then you can stay where you are. If you'd like to into a seated position, bend both knees, roll over onto one side. Give your knees some loving. Thank it for all it's done for you over your lifetime. And then using your hand, just up to a comfortable seated position. Thanks for doing yoga with me. I hope this has been helpful for your knee. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I wish you the best in your healing process. Namaste. Thanks for being here. I'm Winslow Passy with Vibrant Health Devolution. Namaste.